So yeah. Next are the main classes. A lot of people really like the Ace 23 and the AN. I prefer either the CZ, the M4, or the AK. I really love the AK. I run the Cobra or Coyote. Both of them are really good. I prefer it a lot more than Red Dot Sight, as Red Dot Sight is it's okay. I don't like how it takes up more of the screen though, because Coyote gives like that perfect view, and then Cobra is really good for longer ranges, so like mid to long range. And then I just don't recommend medium range scopes or these farther ranged scopes like IRNB or FLIR. And then of course I run green laser. This really doesn't matter. You can either run laser, green laser, or laser light combo, or even flashlight. It doesn't matter, like I said. Um, Muzzle brake. I just find the climb of the AK is annoying, and you can run suppressor too, but as everyone knows, it slows down the bullet velocity, causing slower bullets, making it harder to get kills at longer ranges. So I just provide, with the muzzle brake, it provides the ability to kill mid to long range, but the AK also excels at close to mid also. So like it's just a really powerful weapon with muzzle brake, and then of course folding grip, which just is an outstanding grip just because of the first shot recoil reduction. You really want to be bursting with this because fully auto is okay, but burst fire is a lot better. And then of course I run the P226. Actually, this is actually a test that I was doing. You can do the M9 also. The M9 does really well. Speaking of the M9, actually, I'm going to run that with muzzle brake. And there we go. So this is what I run on my M9. It's just ghost ring and laser sight. You don't even need a silencer on it. I was using that for my recon class. Next is my medic bag. Of course, you want to run medic bag. First aid packs are okay, but medic bag is just by far the more effective choice, as you can provide multiple teammates with health and save people. This is up to preference. I was playing on a map where the grenade launcher was useful to blow walls open. You're mainly going to want to use defibs though, because it's just, if you can bring back people on your team, like it reduces ticket usage, which of course is an amazing thing, and especially since I play rush, it's a necessity because people love to run out and die right away. So with this class, I can kind of hard carry compared to the other classes. Knife doesn't really matter. I run Bowie. Sometimes I run C100. Doesn't matter to me though. And then your field upgrades. I like offensive. I'm a very offensive player. I like rushing. I don't like sitting back and playing really defensive. You could go combat medic. This is a good one if you need to play the medic role more of rather than an assault role. Or if you want to play defensive, this is also always just a good choice, as it provides armor, cover fire, and then just decreased damage from most sources. And then of course your camo really does not matter. You can run default or you can run some ugly ass camo like chocolate chip. Alright, next comes the engineer. The engineer is kind of an iffy class. You can run PDWs. PDWs aren't the greatest. If you are going to run a PDW, I recommend using either the CZ3A1, the P90, MPX, or the MX4. I don't know what it is about the MX4. I just have a lot of good. I got really close to the default guns since the beta, and so I've just been kind of a softie for them. So you're gonna run a red dot, some sort of laser with a light combo. That's probably your best, as you're gonna be getting close range. You're gonna want to be able to blind people and also get the extra accuracy. Suppressor, you want to stay off that map, and then angled grip because it helps reduce the first shot recoil, and you're really going to be bursting. You could run ergo grip, that's another good choice, but I prefer bursting rather than just like hip firing. So yeah. Next is the P226. I'm gonna run this with muzzle brake, and I'm gonna run laser light and ghost ring. There we go. I'm gonna run default camo too. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's a good camo, good gun. I mean, my bad. The Gadget 1, I like the small since the S-Raw got kind of nerfed a little bit. And so, yeah, RPG is okay and the small is okay. I just like the faster speed of the small. I just prefer the way it hits with really quick precision. And then, of course, you're going to be running Repair Tool or EOD Bot as you're really going to be focused on repairing your tool or repairing your team's tanks and vehicles. So next, you're going to run M67. I think I run M67s on all of them. Oh, no, except for Recon, of course. So Recon has flares. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a troll. Again, offensive. I like to rush. And, yeah, I just play an aggressive playstyle. My support class, I actually run either my carbines. I like to run the AK-5C. That's a really good gun. It's good at mid to close range, but it's also decent at long range, so it's pretty good. The M4 is decent. And then the ACWR is another really good assault rifle. Well, and it's not an assault rifle. I've been playing too much Call of Duty. But no, it's a really good carbine. So, yeah, just it's a great rifle. I would recommend using it for support if you're not going to be using LMG, basically. Shotguns are okay on the support class. I just don't really like shotguns in this game. I don't think they're strong enough, or they're not viable enough. So yeah, if you're going to run an LMG, I highly recommend the U100. The U100 is an outstanding LMG. It handles like an assault rifle, but it has the stats of a light machine gun. So it's just really good. I run Coyote, Laser, Suppressor, and Angled Grip. Again, you want to be burst firing with it and treat it as an assault rifle more than anything. However, the RPK is a pretty good gun. RPK and RPK-12 actually are both pretty good if you know how to use them. I'm not that great with them, so I'm going to stick with my U100 if I have to use it, or use the LMGs. So yeah, and then again, of course, you can use the MG4 or M240B or AWS if you want to be cheesy, because everyone knows those are like the powerhouses of the LMGs, and it's just kind of ridiculous. So Recon comes down to if you want to be a long-range sniper and be a super defensive player, or be a super aggressive, close spotting Recon. So if you're going to be using a more defensive strategy, I recommend the M98B or SARR or GOL. These three rifles are outstanding at long range. The SV98, JNG, and the M40A5 are decent at long range, but I don't know. I just prefer them. I prefer the M98 SRR and GOL at long range just because of their stats and how quickly they can drop people. However, if you want to play a much more aggressive playstyle, I highly recommend using the M40A5, SV98, or the beautiful CS5. A lot of people don't use the CS5. I don't know why. I think the CS5 is pretty good. Yes, it's not that great if you can't get headshots with it, but if you can get headshots, you drop people super fast. And it is kind of hilarious running around with a silent sniper rifle, watching people like look for you, and they can't find you because you have a built-in silencer, and you're just popping people. Again, that's why I use a silencer on my M40A5, because I am a super aggressive player, and I'm running around in their spawn killing people with a sniper, and they just can't find me, and I just cause chaos. I like the M93 for this class just because I'm going to be close to the enemies, usually. Occasionally I will change it to something like the Magnum or the, Shorty 12 gauge. Shorty 12 gauge is actually pretty good if you want to copy that. I don't know what it is. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's an outstanding close range weapon. It's pretty good. And then the M1911 is an iconic weapon that I also use on this game. So yeah, this is your gadget 1. You're going to usually, I'd say usually you're going to be running C4 and then a radio beacon. If you're not, it's going to probably be an SUAV and a radio beacon, or an MAV. Unless you really need the PLD for like your squad mates who are again using javelins, helicopters with laser guided, staff shells, anything like that. Grenades, I don't know why I have hand flare actually. I'm just probably just a troll and I was just throwing it down and just fucking with people. Again, M67, just M67 is by far probably the best grenade ever since the RGOs got patched. And then again, knife doesn't matter. And then your upgrades, I would recommend taking either offensive if you're going to be, again, playing offensive, or take sniper if you're going to be playing really defensive. So, really up to you. If you're going to be running around with a carbine or DMR, I recommend, like, if you're going to be using the DMR, I highly recommend the Scar HSV or the MK11. Both are pretty good. I just love the Scar H handling though, even though it's a lot worse than most of the DMRs. It's just something about it just looks so sick. Like, look at that. It's a beautiful gun. But yeah, and then again, you're either going to be running offensive with a DMR, or you're going to be running probably Spec Ops or Shadow. You're going to be super offensive, so yeah. And then if you really are that into shotguns, I don't want to make you guys feel like you're left out, because I don't like shotguns. If you are going to be using shotgun, I recommend either the Spas or the 870. I just don't find any of the other shotguns good. The Hawk and the Saga, they're decent. UTS is pretty bad. DBV it's decent if you have frag rounds. DAO, again, it's all right. I think the 870 is probably better, and then the Spas 12 is probably the king of the shotguns in this game. So if you are going to be using the shotguns, I would highly recommend the Spas, and just use like a laser or laser light. Run, if you get the chance, run a modified choke, because it's good for accuracy, but it's overall better than a full choke, but it's not as bad as no choke or a duckbill. Like, I don't even run duckbill. Duckbill is probably the worst attachment in the game. I don't think anyone runs it. And then again, I just run buckshot. You can run frag or slugs, but slugs got nerfed pretty hard in Battlefield 4, so I just run buckshot. And then, of course, your sight. My bad. I completely forgot about the sight. I just run iron sights. This honestly doesn't need any sort of sight. It's just already good enough. So, yeah. That's probably the best guns, at least in my opinion. If you guys have anything to say otherwise, you have the option to comment. It would be appreciated if you commented. And then also, if you like and subscribe, that would also mean the world to me. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. Hope you guys have a good day, and remember, stay frosty.